Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 11 of the Pack Mentality Podcast. I'm Shorb Z, joined alongside my beautiful co-host, AQ Devi. Today we are going to be talking about the new 1911s in Zombies, as well as some of the Totenreich teasers that we got this week, and then we're just going to speculate on some things, maybe some things that we hope to see, theorize about some stuff. But yeah, without further ado, Mr. AQ Devi, how are we feeling about the 1911s?
How about them 1911s? Yeah, it's I've been having a lot of fun with them since the weekend has started, and they I first things first, I'd love to go back to BO6 and see how they compare, but in general these feel like crazy good. I saw some clip that I think Stanley responded to of someone just mowing them down on round 100, and that's before we even know like what Pack-a-Punch 4 Ultra Rarity might look like as well. I hope it gets a cool new ability, but yeah, in general, like as long as you have them dual wielded, I've been trying out the automatic version of it with the prestige attachment. Fast trigger, like these things go, all you need is PhD, honestly.
Yeah.
Very solid. I'm glad they stayed true to the power of the 1911s. I'd say like even more so than in the past. Like the modern zombies mechanics with the health cap really like lets these shine indefinitely. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Obviously first you got to start off with the just the one, unless you're doing cursed, right? Just in cursed, if you upgrade it, that's when you get the dual wield.
Not yet, but
Oh, okay.
I guess I don't know when they're gonna make it the starting pistol for cursed. I've heard that's confirmed. But yeah, apparently when you pack a punch them in cursed, they just go straight to dual wield because you obviously can't have attachments on your starting weapon in cursed.
Right. Yeah. So I guess they just make up for that by just making that the default, like it was, in BO1 and so on.
Sure.
But yeah, no, they're sweet. I used them on Ashwood Survival. I would kind of not buy the door to the, what's that? Is it the Ruby Rabbit? Is that the thing with like the
Yeah.
jug? So I wouldn't buy the door there. Instead, I would sort of like go around and then eventually work my way up so I can walk in the door with like the zip line to get up. And then I don't know if that like manipulates spawns at all or if I'm just thinking I'm doing something when I'm not. But yeah, I'll sit in the corner down there and just literally just spray at the ground. And the two games I played, I got to around like 41 and then just exfilled. I didn't care to like continue going, but I was stunned how easy it was to just stand there and spray at the ground with the 1911s. But yeah, I know the automatic prestige attachment's great. The fast trigger on top of that's great. Like, yeah, it feels really good. To your point, I think they did it justice. It's a really fun weapon to use, and I'm glad it's going to be the default in cursed. Now we just got to get them to make it so your knife melee attack is the default as opposed to like hitting the zombies with the butt of your gun, so we can actually point farm like we could in BO3, BO2, all those games. So but yeah, I already have infestation on it. I like just no life to the 1911s basically right when they came out because they're just super fun to use. And yeah, no, I think Treyarch really did a really good job bringing those back. I'm glad they made it, I guess, OP as opposed to trying to, I don't know, be conservative with how powerful they wanted to make it. I'm glad they like just put them in the game and they're like, these are sick, you guys are gonna love them, go ahead and high round, sit in the corner for as long as you want. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the perks and augments really make this make the weapons feel even easier. Like having Vulturade with Armormatic, like I can be being surrounded at any time and I just shoot the ground
Yeah.
and I'll get ammo for the weapons, I'll get the armor that's automatically applied, and then it's like, oh well, they're gone now. Like
Right.
it really is, like as long as the damage is keeping up wherever you're at in the game, like you're pretty good. Like at most, the ammo amount can be kind of low.
Yeah.
But if you just sit next to an ammo cache, like you're pretty good.
Good to go. Yeah.
One thing that's like a minor tweak, I guess not just for the 1911s, but it's really good for these specifically, is how there are different like camo challenges for every weapon. And in BO6, I think it was just all headshots. But these days, like for shotguns, it's point blanks. For pistols, it's just kills. And I remember that was kind of a weird thing in BO6, is like you couldn't really upgrade them if you wanted to get the camos on them. So
Yeah.
it was a weird like middle ground. But with this, like I got I think up to at least Bloodstone in one game. It's just 2,000 kills, do a couple things that aren't too bad. The worst thing's like getting kills while tacticals are active, but you just use an extended Aether Shroud a few times and you're good. So yeah, I'm glad that the camo challenge this time around was a lot better. Yeah, in general, these things slap. I'm so curious to see how the other, I guess, true legacy weapons in their like ultra rarity form are gonna look. They've done well here. I hope they continue with that pattern.
Yeah, me as well. I think it's good that they're adding sort of one, like I think it's one each season or something, or maybe like season and then season reloaded maybe. But as somebody that doesn't high round too often, I will say when I do high round, I prefer just the like brain dead, sit in the corner and spam a wonder weapon kind of thing. Or in BO4, it's the salvo. But no, I mean this is the first time, because you can't, to my knowledge at least, you can't like do any kind of just camping strat for a high round. At least not with wonder weapons, because I don't think any of them are nearly strong enough to do something like that. But no, it was cool just literally sitting in a corner aiming at. I mean, it's redundant as somebody that's not a high rounder, but it's at least the most fun high rounding strat in my opinion. Is just corner, spam the 1911s at the ground. When a Zersa spawns in, I will say you do kind of have to lock in a little bit, because a Zersa will mess you up pretty quick, and they don't like do too well against the Zersa, at least from my experience. But no, it's fun. Yeah, just kind of having the strat where you can literally just sit in a corner and turn your brain off, just spam the 1911s at the ground. To your point, I'm hoping they keep it up with the legacy weapons that we have coming in the future.
I'm glad you brought up the Zersa, because I was just farming Cosmodrome to level these up and get infestation and all that. I got on Paradox for the first time with them last night, and I was noticing that the shock mimics were kind of eaten a little bit. I guess like they were kind of treating them as projectiles once they pack a punch. And if you're like really close to them and they like do their little effect, like it can stun you. So yeah, so they have a little bit of like plot armor against these. But in general, they still go down pretty quick. It's not that big a deal. Just like kill them when you have some distance from them. But yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, no, overall crushed it with the 1911s. I really hope they don't do something stupid and like nerf them. But yeah, whole community seems to love it. I don't think there's any downsides besides maybe to your point. Could use a little bit more ammo, but like we're gonna get extended mags and stuff for it, and if it's gonna be OP the way it is, I think having lesser ammo is totally fine.
Sure.
In terms of the Totenreich teasers, we started getting those on Tuesday of this past week, I believe.
Sounds right.
Yeah, when this pod comes out, it'll be a little less than a week ago. Yeah, what are your thoughts on overall the teasers? Did any specific thing jump out to you, or what are your overall thoughts?
Yeah, much to our dismay, we did not get any sort of intro cutscene, not even a teaser for an intro cutscene or gameplay trailer, anything like that. We kind of pushed this off. It'll be the same time that it comes out as always for you, but we kind of pushed off recording this in case we got something, and unfortunately not. But yeah, the teasers are leaning right into that vibe that I was really hoping they would. You know, we get a closer up image of at least one of the sort of Origins Giants. Although it does look a little different, but it looks like it's in some sort of factory. We got the image of the bridge. This thing's looking to be very large and a lot of different variation in its spaces, which is awesome. You and I were talking a bit about the fire trap before this. Doesn't have much range. Like in general, it looks cool. It looks very like 935 created, for lack of a better term, kind of steampunky, kind of Origins vibey. But I'm curious how it's gonna function. At least it looks cool. And then we get the inner town, which to me is giving vibes of, what is it, Der Schatten, that like city under Der Eisendrache. I kind of got that vibe there. And then the final little teaser we got is the most exciting to me. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and then I'll tell you some things about what I think on that.
Ooh, okay. Do you want my thoughts like overall on them, or specifically that before you jump into it?
Whatever you want, man.
Yeah, I guess I'll just cover each individual video as well. Yeah, so the first one we got was on the bridge. Basically, you can see like Deadshot in the picture as well. And I remember back when we first got the teasers of the map, we didn't know if we were going to be able to like access over there, or if that was just sort of like an out of bounds, like you can't go across it. And we see that we can, or at least Deadshot's there. I assume if Deadshot's there, we can. But yeah, the fact that we can even extend, because like even if we couldn't access that area, the map still would look massive. But the fact that we can cross the bridge, and I don't know, maybe it's just a small area on the other side of it. But no, I mean the map looks huge, and it's not like Terminus or Ashes huge, where it's like a lot of that is spent sort of driving, or it's not like actually like a space that you want to spend like rounds and rounds in. This map looks massive, and it looks like all playable in each area. Another thing we were talking about before the pod is it all gives off the same feel, but each area looks like unique. You have like sort of in the very last one, it's like the morgue thing.
Something like that.
Yeah, something similar to it. Like you have that. I mean, you have the town, which reminds me a lot of Final Reich. Sort of the view of the entire map, which is that first one with the bridge that I mentioned. The fire trap, which we can cover the fire trap as well. But yeah, the Origins head. It's like there's so much going on. There's the morgue. There's the factory. Like yeah, there's just so much going on, but it all gives off the same feel, and it's just like it's fantastic, dude. I'm so pumped for Totenreich. But yeah, in terms of the trap, the fact that you mentioned it feels very Origins-esque, and I didn't think about that, but that's like spot on. Like that's just, I don't know, random like fire traps spraying in multiple directions, like just why, like kind of just like a why not type thing. That
to me it's very much giving like what was on the back of the tank on Origins. So that's why I say that.
Again, we talked about, I don't know how practical it's going to be, because as we we already mentioned, we talked before, but yeah, like if you're using like the electric trap before or if you're using the electric trap on like Paradox, then you kind of use it and like the zombies funnel through it, and you can kind of just chill on the other side until you get a big horde and then go back through. But this, it doesn't look like the fire ranges too far in any direction. Maybe it has like a monkey bomb effect to it, similar to the traps on Ashes. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Because, well, otherwise it's like you activate it and then you have to stay pretty close to it, and I imagine it'll do damage to you. Maybe you have to like slide under the fire or something. I don't know. But at the very least, it looks sweet, and the entire map looks sweet. It feels like sort of, and part of me wonders if this is just because they're all snow maps, but it feels like DE meets Final Reich meets Call of the Dead. Again, it could all just be like snow maps or like just specific parts of it. I know it's like the lighthouse. Not every map that has a lighthouse is Call of the Dead. But no, overall, dude, yeah, I'm so excited. And then to sort of put it all in a bow, getting back to the final teaser that we got of that, like the poster of the zombie with the freaking crab claw. We got Silly Samuel back from Smiling Friends. He's in Call of Duty now. Like Dude, that looks. Do you think that's the elite or like a max ammo round enemy, or like what are your thoughts on it? I think I'll give. I guess I'll give my take before I give it over to you.
Okay.
I think that's the elite, and I'm wondering. I don't even know. Like a stupid thought that entered my mind was I wonder if it works the same as a Panzer, where like the crab claw like extends out and can grab you. Maybe I don't know, but it looks horrible, like horrifying, I should say. I'm excited to see. Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out this upcoming week in like a cutscene or the blog post or something. I'm excited to see if it's an elite or maybe just a regular zombie model. I don't know, but yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, there, there's a lot to say. I'm really glad you brought up Final Reich. Like, I know I'm very inexperienced when it comes to World War II zombies. I did play the hell out of Final Reich. Never did the quest, but I loved the vibes,
Yeah.
and I think I think this map is really going to tap into something like Final Reich or Origins. At least that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm really hoping for. As far as that specific drawing, yeah, it's very reminiscent to me of like the drawings we saw in like the Pack-a-Punch room on Kino. We saw like posters of dogs, like hellhounds, and just like weird mutated looking things that very very much gave the vibe of like experimentation, and I think they're really leaning into this. Yeah, very horrifying, which is I think why I'm pushing even closer to like something like a Final Reich. I have no idea what the hell that thing's gonna be. It might not be in the map at all. It might just be for aesthetic purposes. Just to emphasize experimentation has happened here, kind of thing. But I'd love to see something just like a nasty creature, man. I think it would fit the vibes very well. Very much like I guess a more toned down like Amalgam on Terminus, because the Amalgam kind of gave like, oh, like this thing's just a monstrosity. What were they doing there? And maybe in the more realistic sense, it would just be, yeah, like a guy with a crab hand. It is a good question of whether or not it's going to be, if that is the case, that this is an enemy in the map, whether it would be a special or an elite. Do they make this the special and then this is their way to bring back the Amalgam?
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Hope not, bro.
Hot take. I love and I miss the Amalgam to an extent. It's just a disgusting thing, and just the mixture of like bulk and speed and attack is like that's all the things I love in like the Uber Klaus and the Zursa. So it works for me and it fits the vibe, but I don't think anyone would want to see necessarily a returning thing. I think that has reached its end, hopefully, for BO7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it were the elite, what would be like the middle ground? What would be the special? Or is its look a little too tame to be an elite? I don't know, man.
I think that's a good point. I think its look maybe is a little bit too tame to be an elite. I think it makes sense if it's more of a special. But I don't know. At the same time, yeah, I guess we'll see, because we only have this like short glimpse of it at like a weird angle where we somewhat know what it's gonna look like, but like not. We don't have like any sort of like good idea of like what to expect from it. Wasn't there in the dev talk, or not the dev talk, like the call with the creator call? Didn't they say that it's only special elites going forward? Or sorry, what am I talking about? It's only new elites going forward. Like we're not getting any kind of like reused, like we wouldn't get the Amalgam back essentially.
Maybe I feel like I hear all sorts of things that they might have said, and so I'm like, as much as I hope those things are right, like, no, returning this or this or this or this, and I'm like, was all that really said? And it might be, and I hope it was, and I hope it's true. But the Amalgam is just something that like I don't know. I'm not saying I want it back, but I think it kind of fits. I personally enjoy the enemy and kind of miss it, so
Yeah.
that's why my head goes there, and it's very much the natural, like, logical next step from like a slightly mutated person. But no, I would much prefer something unique going forward, to be clear, but they might have said that.
Okay. I think my official prediction would be that the crab claw is the special enemy. So like we got him. I guess maybe it's like the mimic of the map. And I still think we're getting like a yeti, like a zombified yeti as the elite, personally, which is horrifying. But
I love that.
that's, I mean, that's my official, because like everybody's mind went to a zombified elite, at least that I talked to. And I mean, if not that, then maybe some kind of like sea related thing, because I mean the crab claw is on the one, what I would presume is the special enemy. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we get, yeah, I can't even wrap my head around what the elite would look like, but I guess we're gonna find out in less than a week, hopefully.
Frogzilla 2.0, baby.
Just yeah, the Krogs come back, dude. I'm down. I'm totally down. Real quick before we speculate on some more things, I wanna, I guess, touch on the captions that we got with the videos. So it's basically this like Unsturmführer, whatever, like whatever you would say, Uber everywhere, Bartel, basically saying that like like this there's a voice crack. Hey, Shelly, shout out Shelly.
I thought I heard that.
Shelly, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Shelly!
Anything else we have to cover before we...
I love that that's what reminds you of Shelly now. Is you're like, oh, voice crack. Oh!
Yep, we have to... There's a checklist. I'm an Easter egg guy, in case you guys didn't know.
Fuck Shadows of Evil. No.
So stupid. What was I even talking about?
The translations, which I never like considered.
Yeah, so it's basically, the gist of it is he's like calling out, I think, to just anybody out there. It's one of those just like cries for help, if like anybody's listening, to like send help or something. Just a radio. And he's basically saying that there was like some kind of earthquake or something that happened, and like basically the map is like just littered with like zombie, like the undead, basically.
The dead walk, they rule here now.
Yeah, that's aura.
Sick.
Aura, yeah. And basically they like keep losing guys to the undead, and they have no idea where Richtofen is. And just the fact that like Richtofen like abandoned these guys, or oh my gosh, was Richtofen, do you think this is like Richtofen was like pulled into the dark ether from this facility or something, and that's why they like don't know where he went? Or do you think he crossed them? Like, do you think he like abandoned them or something?
You're asking a lot of good questions. Okay, like the first thing that popped into my head when you said that is no, just because I think it was said that he was like getting his medal.
Oh, that's true.
Like sort of Medal of Honor from that point. But like, if he were getting his medal, maybe they could have assumed that he betrayed or left them in some way, or maybe he betrayed or left them at some point, and then later on in his story he ends up where he got pulled from. But he's calling it his life's work, so did he abandon them, or his legacy, I think is the word he used. Lots of good questions though. I any Richtofen lore, I don't care what universe it is, love it. Gimme.
It's so good. It's so good, dude. I think we're gonna get a lot of good stuff in this map specifically, but yeah. So basically, the I guess the gist of me like going through the captions was like there's some good lore going on here, and like I think they're setting up the map really well with sort of like I said, like setting the tone of like these guys just got totally blindsided by some kind of like zombie breakout at the facility, and they have no idea where Richtofen is, and like basically it's like some kind of cry for help. And obviously in that intro cutscene, like you just mentioned, Richtofen sort of is like overlooking the map, and he's like reminiscing on like the fact that like this is his legacy. So I think we're in store for like such a great lore map. I'm pumped for it.
I'm geeked, man. Oh, I love that. This is gonna sound gay as hell. Like hearing you talk about how hype you get, I just like start to feel it.
Yeah, dude,
And
it's
this
exciting
podcast is awesome. If
Dude,
you love zombies, join the Discord and come talk with us, because all we
please.
do is thirst over this mode. And if you feel the same way, you're in good company.
Yeah, dude, 100%. It's so fun just geeking, and especially because this map we don't have any leaks about it. It's so fun theorizing and getting geeked up about it, dude. So yeah, 100%. I'm pumped. Um, so I guess back to the original, unless you wanted to touch on the lore at all. I was gonna ask what you thought that crab claw zombie was gonna be and anything around it.
Sure. I mean it. Again, this is under the assumption that it is in the map. Like, I guess you can only assume that it's something that's experimented on. I mean, we know that obviously World at War and BO1 did it, but it is from like true real world history that the Germans were doing some stuff. They were asking some questions that maybe didn't need answered. So if you take that into a world of fiction that's already obviously leaps and bounds more whimsical than reality, like there can be some ways that they can go, and obviously the mutation of people. I mean, it would be cool to see like maybe some have, I almost dropped something. Maybe some have crab claws. Maybe some have sea turtle legs. I don't know. It's just like it would be cool to see. I'm getting into speculation now. It's just naturally gonna happen.
Right.
But it would be cool. Like maybe like the specials aren't one sort of special. It's multiple different things. Kind of like, I guess, kind of akin to like Shangri-La, how it had multiple different different specials. We haven't seen that in a long time. Like,
Yep.
Like skip the elite, doesn't really need it. I think Paradox kind of showed that, but just throw a bunch of different things that all have their own varying effects. I think that could be
sweet.
neat.
Yeah, instead of like a special and elite formula, they just kind of give us like 3 or 4 different specials that have different, I don't know, I guess like similar to elementals, they all have like a different effect, but obviously it's more like thematic to the map. Is that the route that you were going down?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
As for the lore, you kind of touched on it. Like it to me, it's that there is like it's a little reminiscent to me of like the intel we were getting of the Zarya Cosmodrome group. That it was like, I don't know how we got here, but things are going very wrong very fast.
Yeah.
That's like the most that I can kind of pull from that. I don't know Richtofen's role in all that, and at what point does this map take place? If it is from his universe, which it seemingly is, lots of questions. I'm so excited. Like, I is it a hot take to say that Richtofen is like far and away the most dynamic of the OG crew?
I don't think so personally. He's easily my favorite. I have literally only played as not Richtofen when I was doing the side eggs on Astra and Ashes. That's literally the only time I have not been Richtofen. I haven't hovered over Takio's icon once, bro.
Yeah, and it's nothing against the rest of the group. Like, it's just there are layers, I think, to Richtofen, no matter where he's from. Maybe Ultimus not as much, but yeah, I'm kind of a little butthurt that he's not being saved till like the end of this like this soul journey that we're going on. Like for some sort of climax to end on him, but hey, they could surprise us with Takio, unless we get Takio soul for some reason in this map. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe something something weird happens. Maybe that's like the big twist of the map or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it was something that was like speculated about or leaked in some way in the past or something like that, but I feel like I at least saw the idea somewhere that like it would be kind of interesting if Takio and whoever, I guess Carver, got their souls in this map, and like there's a certain like angst from Richthofen, like, why am I last? Like I deserve mine like everyone else. Like something is like upsetting him that he's last, if that makes sense. And I think that could be cool. But yeah, like I said, anything with Richthofen and 935 lore, so cool to me. Cannot wait to hear all this intel and character dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it seems like it's the Richthofen map, which I guess if next one's the Takio map, it won't be a bad thing, because the Takio map is typically the best map of the game, as we know. And one thing in terms of like the 935 lore, because when we first heard or got that, I don't know, I assume it's just a snippet of the intro cutscene where Richthofen's like talking about his legacy. There's like some kind of chanting like reminiscent of like chaos whenever you like complete an Easter egg step. And I guess I was kind of wondering whether it seems like they're gonna lean towards like the Norse mythology side of things, or if they were gonna go down like the 935 route. It seems like it's very heavily going towards the 935 route, at least from what we know so far. Like I didn't fuck I didn't get any kind of I guess I didn't get any kind of like chaos like Norse feel from the teasers that we got. It seems like it's very people are calling it a facility map. It seems like it's leaning more towards like the science side of zombies as opposed to like the magic side of zombies, which I prefer the magic personally, but like the way that they're presenting the map so far looks incredible. I'm super excited for it. What, like, do you think they're? I guess how much do you think we're gonna get any kind of like Norse mythology stuff going on, or is it just strictly gonna be 935 like experiments, that kind of stuff?
It's a good question, because you're totally right. Like other than the like chanting that we heard in that first snippet and in the logo, and I guess the location that it takes place in, we're really not getting anything like that.
Right.
Like Norse, that's not the right word for it. Like we're not getting anything Norwegian feeling. Do I think we're gonna get something? I'm not seeing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it, but then again, it would be a very strange choice to make the logo that based strictly on like the location and then not anything to do with its aesthetic or vibes or so I expect that we will get something like that. I don't know how major or minor it might be though. Lots of questions, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, my guess is it's probably I think the wonder weapon or the boss fight will be related to sort of that like chaos like mythology side of things, but outside of that, the rest of the map doesn't feel like it's too much. Like it definitely, like I said before, it feels like it's the 935 experimentation side of things, which sort of leads into my next question in terms of the do you think we're doing anything with the Origins robot? Like is it just a trap? Do you think it's going to be useful for like an Easter egg step? Are we building it and and using it like to fight the boss or something? Like, is it the boss? Like, yeah, do you have any thoughts on that?
I feel bad because someone made a good point. If you're watching, forgive me, because it's a really good point. Is that I don't think we're gonna be fighting the robot at the very least, because it will either would probably, if they did that to some extent, it would probably look like fighting it in Endgame, and it's not a very cinematic fight. It's cool like the first one or two times you do it, but it doesn't feel necessarily very boss fight-esque. And it doesn't even necessarily feel like you're fighting the robot. You're just kind of fighting things inside of the robot.
Okay.
But I love the idea of having like a mecha versus kaiju kind of fight.
Yeah.
Like in the Origins robot fighting screw you, Eric. What is it called? The big world serpent.
Yep.
He called it like Jormungandr or something like that. Which there's no way that's how you say it. That sounds white as hell. Yeah, that would be really cool if done right, and that would be a very different and exciting boss fight experience,
sure.
Which I think they're doing well in distinguishing all these boss fights so far in major to minor ways. Yeah, that could be. I don't know why you wouldn't save that for the end, because that would be a crazy like finale boss fight. But hey, I don't make the order of these things. But at the very least, if it's not even implemented into the boss fight necessarily, it will have some significance. I mean, at minimum, you like throw a grenade into its visor and it explodes and something falls out of it.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of lame, but it'll have some significance, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned it on this pod or if it was just talking to somebody like offline, but I'm wondering if there's a way that we like access the head of the robot and then we get like the same staff part that we would get in Origins, but we use that to create a different wonder weapon. We sort of get dude, that'd be sick. I'd be so down for that. Get the same exact part, like it all looks the same, but again, there's other stuff around the map that you have to collect to build the wonder weapon. That would be that'd be peak.
You just cooked, friend, because that would be a way to sort of serve nostalgia and not make a wonder weapon return. I have my own version of that we'll get to, but that is awesome. I really like that. I would
love that. That'd be sick. When you said you had your own version of that, are we saving that for later? Do you want to jump into that or?
Not yet.
It's up to you. Okay, all right. Are there any other questions, things to speculate about the map right now? Outside, like.
I mean, if we are just speculating at this point, then I'll just say it.
I'm not sure there's much else to. I am curious. Do you think we're gonna be like swimming? Like, do you think we could like go underwater or anything like that in the map?
Hot take, maybe. I personally hope not. Really? I know you're a fan of the swimming on Zetsubo.
Love it.
Just in general, BO3 movement feels clunky to me. It on such a great map like Zetsubo. Like, I much prefer how smooth everything feels on today's engines. So maybe it could be a little different. I don't know. Zombies and swimming, to me, it sort of, it just doesn't mesh well. Excuse me again. Yeah, it because like I don't know, unless they made the zombies swim too, kind of like in Zetsubo, it feels weird because it feels like it's just everything slowed down. Yeah, I wish I could expand on those thoughts further, but in general, it just doesn't feel like it fits enough. I guess like if it were for one little thing, but it would have to be a spot that like you couldn't lean on, like you can't cheese in it.
Yeah, for like a strat or something.
Yeah, and you couldn't like make too much of the map like required to be there, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I would say I think Zetsubo actually executes it pretty well. Like, I would prefer the Zetsubo where it's like a few areas, but the areas are like crucial for the Easter egg and you can't like just stay down there kind of thing. And like the areas themselves are cool. Like I don't want it to just be like you're just off the shore and there's like not much going on. Like in Zetsubo, it's like this cave that you have to sort of like swim down. There's like the element 115 rocks around. Before I start getting geeked up about Zetsubo, I'll stop. But like it's just like 2 to 3 areas. They're useful for the Easter egg, and like that's it. It's not like the majority of the map or whatever. Whereas like on Terminus, there's just not much going on with the water outside of like Patient 13's there. You get like the one boat for the side Easter egg, and I think is it a watch or some kind of like stopwatch, whatever it is for the pirate side egg thing.
Yeah.
I don't like how it's done in Terminus. I'd much prefer it if it was Zetsubo, just like 2 to 3 areas. Go down there, admire the atmosphere or whatever, get a piece, and then get out of there. That would be the ideal way that they implement it, in my opinion. But
Sure.
maybe they have like a similar like freeze effect that we had in Call of the Dead, where like you can get frozen if you, or I guess Call of the Dead and TOG, obviously it's the same map, but yeah, like they prevent you from staying down there too long to avoid like cheese and other stuff like that.
Yeah, in theory, there's no benefit to it, so that they don't have to implement a way to like stop you from doing that, like the freezing or like the tentacle on Terminus. Yeah, Zetsubo's a pretty good way to go. Like, I mean, to be fair, you're using it a decent amount. You have to go into the caves once or twice, maybe just once. That like cavernous, like to get the rainbow water.
That's for the plant. You have to like basically you only use it one time really, but you like swim back and forth to water the plant once per round for 3 rounds, and then you really don't go back down there. Like, there's no other reason for it.
All that, and then you have to get the part from like that middle spot. It does it a little much, but I see what you're getting at. Like comparing it to Terminus or something. Yeah. It's a better example set.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you definitely prefer that we don't go underwater?
If I could have it my way, I'd say just skip it entirely.
Okay.
But if they are going to do it, keep it to a minimum.
I guess we'll see. In terms of the map size, before we just get it, I guess this is sort of speculation. How big do you think the map's going to be? Like, do you think dude, it looks like it's bigger than any, like, do you think it's going to be bigger than Shattered Veil, or about the same, or smaller?
That's such a fun thing that can either hype you up or disappoint you, is like it can be hard to tell what's actually playable, like, because obviously there's outside scenery to all of this, and it's like, how much are we really getting access to?
Right.
That's a great question. I guess, yeah, considering all the different locales we're seeing, like some things that we're seeing are from other angles very visibly far away, so there has to be, to some extent, a large size to it. Now getting from those spots one to the other might be pretty linear and quicker than it might look, but as far as like size to compare it to, it looks bigger than Shattered Veil, and I hope it is. Yeah, I'm gonna say a little bigger than Shattered Veil, and I hope I'm undershooting.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think it's really just like the more the merrier for a zombie map for me, and it sounds like you as well. Yeah, just based off of like
sure.
the very limited clips that we're getting of it, and like the different angles. Like the one, I think the one that does it the best justice in terms of like how big the map is going to be is the first one we got that shows Deadshot on the bridge.
Yeah,
because you get basically like the whole area of the map that we knew that we were going to be able to play, and then it shows you the bridge that you can, obviously there's even more to it. So yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty big map, maybe bigger than Ashes in terms of just pure playable space, I'd say.
Mm,
I mean, like the
that'd be
farthest
nice.
playable space, I guess, but um, yeah, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a huge map, and it feels like it's going to be packed full of content too, which is also good.
This could be the time for a lot of things to shine.
Yeah.
And especially for all the people that didn't really care for Paradox, because there are still those people. They've been waiting on a large experience for quite some time, so hopefully this wins some hearts back with another sizable entry here. I guess I'll go into kind of what I was talking about with Wonder Weapons. Let me know your thoughts.
Okay.
But I figured I'm really just ripping off our speculation for Paradox.
Okay.
But what are your thoughts on a unique, completely brand new Wonder Weapon, as well as there's a dog, as well as 4 elemental Wonder Wafts? Is that?
Whoa.
Could that be something that sounds cool?
I'm a sucker for elemental wonder weapons. I gotta think. So we get a unique wonder weapon and then elemental wafts on top of it. I think I would just, and like this isn't like, obviously you gave me 2 options and I'm gonna pick a third because why not?
Okay.
I would prefer just elemental, like new elemental wonder weapons, and they're just sick. Like I would rather have the time that's put into like the wafts be put into those. I'm tired of seeing the wonder waff, honestly. Like typically.
Hold on.
Okay.
Really quick. I don't know if you misunderstood me. I wasn't saying brand new or 4 elemental wafts. I was saying, what are your thoughts on that if we got that?
Like, okay, I guess I'll start with saying I'd be happy because we get a new wonder weapon and then elemental wasp, which you've never seen. Like, that sounds cool.
Mhm.
But I am pretty tired of seeing the wasp in zombies.
Okay.
I like when we saw it on Shattered Veil, and basically anytime I see the wasp, I just think about there's 2 wonder weapons that haven't been reused that I would much rather see than the waff, and it's the Paralyzer from Buried and the Sliquifier from Die Rise. And every time they bring the waff back, it's just a map where they reused something, but they reused like the most boring wonder weapon we've ever seen. At least in my opinion. Maybe it's just because we use it so much, but yeah, I don't know. I would like it. I would still be happy, but I guess I would wonder how much cooler it would be if they just did 4 elemental versions of whatever like original wonder weapon we got.
Okay.
Again, just to I guess say it, like a 5th time. It'd still be sick. I would love to see how the elemental wafts play and like the different elements that they do. I'd hope they didn't just do like the standard like fire, wind, lightning, ice that we get all the time. Sure. If they can make it unique, like the hands or like the swords, my beloved swords, or like the bows, I'd be happy with that. But yeah, overall, I guess to summarize everything, I would be happy with it, but it would feel like misused time, I guess, like mismanaged time that could have went to just making or sick elemental original wonder weapons, if that makes sense. What are your thoughts on that? By the way, did you see this somewhere, or is this just a thought that entered your mind, or?
Is a unique thought.
Okay.
Again, kind of ripping off something that we talked about with Paradox. I guess like just to reiterate my thought process, because I like I said, I think I probably gave a similar reasoning for that. Is I think it all depends on who they're ultimately trying to please. If it's for people that want nostalgia, people that want new things, or a little bit of both. And if they're wanting to maximize the crowd that might be happy, I think a strong way could be to utilize the idea I'm talking about, and that's that you're pleasing people with obviously a brand new wonder weapon, and the nostalgia people would get some kind of wonder waff, or I'm open to hearing different suggestions. I just thought it would fit a Richthofen map.
Yeah, totally.
But obviously, if you just did new one and wonder waff, like people that are tired of seeing like returning wonder weapons might criticize like why even have the wonder waff at all. And so to spice that up and reimagine it would be to take the returning wonder weapon and iterate on that, give it like a spread of options and variants. I mean, like the only thing that I guess could be better than that would be like elemental returning set and elemental brand new set.
Yeah.
In this scenario of trying to please everybody, of course. But yeah, that was kind of my thought process behind that. I'm not like necessarily sold on it. I just, if I'm trying to cast a net for as many people as I can, that would probably be the route I would take.
That's fair. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. If you just make it all brand new and give us a set of that, that would ultimately be better for the hardcore crowd that might be tired of seeing old things creep their way in as they do, and as Treyarch promises, it won't. So
right.
It's fair critique from you, sir.
Yeah, it'd be definitely a good way of getting, I guess, trying to get as many people to play the map as possible. I don't know what Paradox's numbers look like, but obviously they brought back the Blundergat, and buddies of mine who have not played BO7 Zombies at all have said like, oh, it's Nuketown, oh, it's the Blundergat, like that's sweet. I'm looking forward to playing that again. So I guess I wonder if like that strategy was, if that was intentional by Treyarch, as well as like if that worked, if they were able to, like, if the numbers suggest that Paradoxes played more than Astra and Ashes, or I don't know, like whatever goal that they were going for, if it met that. So yeah, elemental wafts would be interesting. It'd be intriguing, to say the least. I would hope that they would have a cool quest at the very least if they did that, but I didn't think about like lore wise the fact that it's a 935 facility with Richthofen, like that obviously fits hand in glove. So I guess it wouldn't be like super out of place, but yeah, if we just got like, I don't know, imagine if we got like 4 like Norse themed melee weapons instead or something. Like I would just much prefer something crazy like that.
No more melee weapons.
Look,
if they're not gonna do it right, don't do it at all.
Well, they did it right last time.
Oh, and Forsaken.
No, Forsaken. That was
well, that wasn't the last time.
It was Picadell. It was Forsaken walked so Picadell could run.
We don't talk about Citadel.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. The swords are so phenomenal.
They look pretty cool.
That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Yeah, so that's like that was your theory on the, or I guess just an idea about the wonder weapons.
Yeah, I didn't know what would best fit. Like you could insert anything into that wonder waff slot and call it elemental. Assuming it's returning. I don't know what would better fit. I'd be open to hearing other waff, things.
Yeah, the waff, like I said, hand in glove. I guess if they were to reuse an asset, the waff on a 935 Richthofen map would be the best possible match that they could make.
It's already been used in this engine in BO6 with Shattered Veil, so
that is true.
Yeah, I don't even know what like elemental wonder offs would look like.
Yeah,
sounds cool though.
It does sound cool. I would be open to it at a later date where I'm not all waffed out in the modern zombies era with them bringing it back, but
sure.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to say the least. Yeah, is there anything else for us to cover here, or do we feel like we covered all our bases?
Again, it's unfortunate we didn't get more. I expect us to have a very jam-packed
Week coming up here.
episode 12.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess maybe for those of you that don't keep up with the teasers and stuff, I would imagine if you're listening to this podcast, you do, but we're expecting, intro cutscene, maybe gameplay trailer. I feel like if we get one, we probably don't get the other in like this short week, but definitely intro cutscene and blog post, I would say. Those are the two, like, I think you can sort of put those down in Sharpie that we're going to get those this upcoming week, and then whatever else we get on top of it is a plus. But yeah, next week's pod, dude, we're gonna have gosh, the ideas are gonna go rampant on next week's pod. I'm excited to record it.
We spent like 4 or 5 episodes talking about Paradox of all maps, just theorizing about it and everything. So this is the time. This is the time.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. But yeah, that covers everything for today's episode. Do you wanna take us home, Mr. Devi?
Yes, thank you guys, of course, for tuning in to the Pack Mentality Podcast, episode 11. I truly cannot thank you guys enough for tuning in, and you know, fastest growing Discord in the world, link below. 100%. If you want to talk to us directly or some of our comrades, all we do is talk shop about zombies and get excited. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit the link below and come chat with us. But yeah, with all that said, again, thank you guys for tuning in, and let's hope we get some exciting stuff for Totenreich next week. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next week.
Peace.